Oh, nice. We're in a cult now. I just think that it has like a similar vibe that kind of takes you to a faraway place. But also, I am in Germany and they're in Korea, so we are already at faraway places. Hello, hello! So today we're gonna be checking out EXO's Diamond. I actually don't know anything about this song, to be honest, apart from the fact that everyone keeps requesting me to react to the same live set of EXO, and Diamond is one of the songs that is in that live set. And as you guys know, I do not want to watch a live performance of a song that I have never heard before because I just cannot really, like, it just doesn't work for me. I will spend so much of my brain cells trying to figure out the song for the first time that the live performance aspect just completely gets lost on me and I will not remember anything about it later. So it's really, really important for me to have heard the song at least once before. So since everyone wants me to react to this live performance so much, we gotta listen to Diamond. And that's really all there is to it, because I don't think anyone has actually recommended the song in particular, like just the song on itself to me yet. But let's give it a chance and let's see what this is all about. Let's go! Since the song has never been requested in particular, I also didn't have a particular video that I'm supposed to react to for the lyrics, so I just took a random one that was recommended. Since YouTube has disabled the dislikes and I have actually not yet gotten one of these extensions that re-shows them, I cannot see if this video is perfect. It probably isn't, but as said in my other videos, I don't particularly look at the lyrics at a first reaction anyways. It's just so that there's something on the screen. I'm mostly just listening and getting the song into me and seeing what happens in my heart. Oh wait, expectations. Of course, we still have to do the expectations. As for Diamond, I actually have no idea what it could be, but since it is one of the songs that is in a live set that everyone wants me to react to, that leads me to believe that it's probably something that is rather on the hype side. It's because you guys really like to request high energy songs for me, because you guys know that I'm very into hard-hitting high energy songs myself, and you like to see me like songs. So I'm just gonna go with my gut feeling here that this is probably gonna be either hard-hitting or just hype in another way. Like, it doesn't have to be hard-hitting. It might, what was it? I think Drop Dead was one of these songs that kind of is hype but not really hard-hitting in that sense. So it might also go into that direction. We will see. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I have to actually make this a little bit quieter. For some reason, this video is really loud in comparison to the videos that I watched today before. Anyways, so very interesting start into the song here. The very first note sounded like it would go in already very hard hitting. Then we started in very slow actually after that first note. And now there's suddenly something really groovy coming in. So very interesting. I got no clue like where this could lead. This kind of reminds me of like the 2010s. It's really like kind of like, it sounds like club music in the background. It's kind of confusing to me how Dio and Seon have almost the same color, so I'm like, oh, who's singing right now? Anyways, very interesting so far. We're really early into the song still, but it's got this very interesting vibe to it where the singing part, like the vocals, have something that almost reminds you of a ballad, whereas the instrumental's not at all. Just like a diamond, just like a diamond, brighting, you're like a diamond. Behind Oh, nice.
부딪히고 깨질수록 투명함에 빛을 더해 날 완성해 나가는 걸 더없이 화려해진 내 모습은 이제 영원토록 너의 곁에서 변치 않을 거라고 완성해내 완성해내 더 완벽하게 다 방심한 채 난 상식을게 Glow up, glow up 지금 내 눈앞에 we glow up, glow up 진짜를 가려내 We driving crazy, crazy We do it daily, daily
Okay, so far, I gotta say, I really like Dio's part. Like, that verse in itself, I really enjoyed. Whereas, about the chorus, I'm very unsure still. And I feel like this also might be one of these cases where it's really lit if you hear it live. And when it's not live, it kind of has a little bit of an empty feeling to it because it kind of just feels like something where the fans would chant along with and kind of answer, and it feels like some certain live energy is missing.
We be shining, shining, just like a diamond. Blinding, you like a diamond. Shining, just like a diamond.
This is something that happens so often in K-pop lyric videos. And I mean, I don't know EXO very well, so I might be totally wrong. But I feel like the color-coded is all over the place, which I've also seen a lot with Blackpink and BTS videos, where there's like, when there's several people singing at the same time, and when there's several people singing within the same verse, that it just kind of like switches in between the people at the wrong time or not at all. Or it's just kind of, it feels wrong, and sometimes it's also the completely wrong person that's being set to sing. But at some point I'm like, okay, this is a different voice now though. But it officially isn't yet. But now it says it's a different voice, but it's still the same voice that it was 2 words ago. So I'm a bit confused on that. But as said, that is something that I always kind of go in expecting with a lyrics video, because it just happens so often, especially when you just pick a random lyrics video, and there really wasn't a lot to choose from for this song in particular. But I did want to point it out just because I'm putting it on my channel, and when I put something on my channel and people sometimes don't know that I go in expecting this, so they're really worried that I like 100% trust everything in the video and that I'm now misinformed. So if there's something wrong, feel free to point it out down below in the comments, but don't worry, I am not putting honestly any of my trust in lyric videos. It's just really for me to have some visuals to it and like a little bit of help or a little bit of a path that might be the right path, but I do not put like my full trust in it. But even if it's 100% correct, I always go in not fully trusting it, so unless it's like an official video. Ooh, it's so loud. I really like that one just now. And also, what has been sticking out to me for this entire song already, and I didn't know if I could say it because it might be politically incorrect. Like nowadays, I'm always kind of unsure if I can say something that is like, honestly, just because I want to let you in on my thought process, but it might sound insensitive. But I feel like this would go well with El Dorado in a sense that both of them sound somewhat, don't cancel me, exotic? As in, it's a very different sound from what you would probably expect. And I should probably stop talking because I'm always very worried that something I say might not translate well into English, and I am unaware that something just really doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. I just think that it has like a similar vibe that kind of takes you to a faraway place. But also, I am in Germany and they're in Korea, so we are already at faraway places. 완성해내 더 완벽하게 다 방심한 채 난 상식을 깨 Glow up 지금 네 눈앞에 we glow
like a diamond.
We're in a cult now. I'm sorry, like that last little bit just sounded like they're gonna summon me or something. Let us quickly go into the big screen for a little bit of my thoughts. And here we are. So the one thing that I think I say to a couple of the songs that in specific end up being in the live versions that you guys request. Probably that is just because I'm going into it knowing that you guys want me to react to the live version, but this was another one of these songs where I feel like it almost feels like something's missing when it's not live. And again, I really absolutely want to hear every song for the first time in a studio version before hearing it live, but at the same time it is probably because I'm going in with the expectation of hearing it live soon that it does sound a little bit empty in a way, where it just like when you know that there's a much requested live version of a song, you're already like in your head thinking about how it could sound live. And this again is one of these songs where I can imagine it working really well in a live setting, especially when the audience kind of participates and gives that energy to the performers. And when you can see them perform it, kind of like really have visuals to it. I feel like this is a song, I don't want to say that cannot stand on its own, but I feel like this is a song that won't stand on its own for my subjective taste. As in, probably after having seen it live, I would maybe put it on my playlist because it would maybe change my view of the song. But just having heard it once now, from like a first reaction, and of course like the more often you hear a song, the more your impression might change later on, but just having heard it once, it didn't stick out to me in the sense that I would want to listen to it again in the studio version. But I'm actually at the same time very interested in how this is gonna translate to a live version. Because I feel like, especially with songs like this that have like this little bit of chanting going on, like this repeated shining parts and all of that, I feel like that kind of stuff just really works well for a live setting, especially because it's something that fans easily can also fan chant along with if they want to. And I'm very interested in seeing how this might translate onto a live audience, and I can actually imagine it working really well. But just from having seen the studio version just now, I am kind of indifferent about the song personally. But I would actually be very interested in hearing your personal opinions on this song down below in the comments. What you thought of the song the first time you heard it, and did you also have a similar thing that when you first heard it in a studio version, that sometimes it is a very different impression than you will later have once you've heard the live version? I would be very interested in having like a little bit of a discussion down below and how that affects you sometimes, because I always say this kind of stuff and I'm always like, can people actually relate to that? Or are they just sitting here like, Lundy, what the hell are you talking about? So yeah, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. I would be very much interested in that. And until next time, feel free to follow me down below on my socials, and feel free to follow me on my main channel where I post the really exciting stuff, and also the very for you probably boring stuff about me, myself as a person, because the channel is about me. Anyways, feel free to watch anything from over here or check out my main channel. Until then, bye.